Oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
I'm crying!
Wait,
This
this is too emotional. Sol en Luna TV. Hola Sol en Luna TV. Bienvenidos a Sol en Luna TV.
Yo soy Sol.
Y yo soy Luna. And today we're gonna be reacting to Filipinos who make Pinoys Proud.
Yes.
Number
And
two.
When foreigners insult
Filipinos. That's
This video was
right.
created by Cashual Chuck
And
and
it
it was
was
recommended by 6 men.
AKA Pogi Pinoy.
Yes, our members have priority in
Whatever they suggest in this channel.
request and suggestions. So if you want to have priority, please
Apply
join
as a
our members.
member.
You just have to click on the button that says join.
Join.
It's right next to the subscribe button.
That's right. Also, subscribe to this channel, activate the bell, like this video, comment whatever you want, and also, guys, subscribe to our newest channel that is only for music reactions. If you're interested in music reactions, that's the channel for you. It's called Sol Luna Reacts.
Nice.
The link is somewhere in the description and wherever. The link is wherever.
See the link. Find the link.
Find the link if you're
Luna 2023.
I'm gonna bend you over, Salt Poppy, and no one will stop me. You understand me? I'm the underdog, bro. You don't even know what you stepped into,
Is this
bro.
boxing thing?
You don't even know.
Yeah,
Poppy.
this is boxing because
Because-
look at KSI.
And it says boxing.
Ah,
right?
okay.
KSI is like, oh my god, bro, you're so cringe.
Yes, and I sold Papi. Like, what that means?
I think that's the name of the
First of
person
all,
he's
I'd like to thank
provoking.
God,
This
my
guy-
team, my
this
brothers,
guy.
and my dad for training me
There
for
you
this
go.
event.
Ah.
And my coach.
I thought that he was insulting him, like you're Salt Papi or
No,
something.
that's his
Oh.
name.
I'd like to thank Happy Punch Promotions and Misfit Boxing, KSI, for giving me this opportunity. I'm very happy to be here. And for I'd like to thank Andy Worski as well for taking this fight.
Respects.
Yeah, respect for that. And he can talk as much as he wants, but I let my hands do the talking in the ring, like I did.
If I were him, I wouldn't even address him
I
or
wouldn't
talk
even-
about
yeah.
him.
I don't acknowledge you.
Yeah, don't acknowledge like
You're invisible
what?
to me
Did
until
someone-
I have to fight you.
What? Did someone just say something? Huh?
I didn't hear
We
anything.
don't know you. Who are you?
Salt Poppy, a final word.
I just wish him a speedy recovery.
Like my age in the streets. I grew up watching Manny Pacquiao.
Showboating from Salt Poppy.
Salt Puppy on some of the best arms.
I'm a Salt Papi. Salt Papi lo noqueó. Salt Papi knocked him right away.
Salt Puppy making a statement with that one.
Social media has been taking over the entertainment industry. It's also starting to make noise in the professional sports industry.
Yeah.
At a first glance, anyone could easily assume that this guy's only talents are watching anime and playing video games. This
How?
chubby Filipino dude is a living proof.
Because he looks like a geek or something.
I see him and I don't immediately assume like, oh, he watches anime. Huh?
Okay, you're special, you're different, you're unique.
That muscles alone don't win fights, but real talent and skill. Meet Nathaniel Bustamante, aka Salt Papi.
Oh, Bustamante.
He was born and raised in Candelaria, Quezon. At age 14, he moved to the UK with his family for better opportunities in life. He loved boxing ever since he was a kid because of Manny Pacquiao. He used to engage in street fights for fun in some of his vlogs, which are actually entertaining to watch, but he never really trained seriously. He worked as a nurse in a mental health institution for 5 years
wow.
until he struck gold when his fake run challenge on TikTok went viral. His popularity skyrocketed, and it didn't stop there because he became even more popular when he started uploading videos of himself pouring salt in the most ridiculous ways you could ever imagine.
Hey, this is a wrong. This is a Christian channel, please.
Nice.
This is when he earned his infamous nickname. He made his boxing debut in March of 2022 when he was given the opportunity to match up against the English YouTuber Halal Ham. Days before the fight, Salt Papi's opponent couldn't stop talking smack.
You think you're better than boxing than me? Bastard, shut up! I'm going to send your Filipino back to China. Bastard, shut up!
But
Oh
come
my
fight,
god, that was so racist.
I think he intentionally wanted to be violently offensive because he clearly knows he's Filipino.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's gonna send him back to China. He just wanted to trigger him.
night, he made Halal regret everything he said.
Oh, lovely lean counter. He's definitely I want to see this guy fight again.
The internet took notice because it was 3 full rounds of humiliation.
Salt Papi! And he's delivered emphatically. What an entertaining performance.
But at this point, Salt Papi was only seen as some chubby guy who beat another chubby guy. So he got matched up against a Twitch streamer who was more fit and more arrogant than the first one.
Okay.
I'm not coming in here to like have fun. I'm coming in here to murder you, bro. And that's what I'm gonna do, bro.
Is there an element of surprise that you're worried about with Andy, right? We haven't seen a lot from him.
I've lost 10 kg for this fight. I feel more conditioned. I'm gonna take him out in first round.
Oh yeah? Really? First round?
All right, Salt Papi in the black. How about Salt Papi the southpaw? A la Manny Pacquiao from the Philippines.
Salt Papi has some of the best hands.
In the first round. The fake round.
The fake round.
Salt Papi making a statement with that one.
They've waved it off. The Philippines celebrate. 1, 2, 3. Light them up for Salt Papi.
This man was talking about a fight with KSI earlier in the week, and that is how he might get it.
The fight was
He's
over
so
in
black.
seconds, and he stayed true to his word. The internet then blew up as Salt Papi violated every ounce of Andy Warski's ego. The matchmakers then wanted to see how Salt Papi reacts when he gets tested. Like really tested. So they matched him up against an American MMA fighter, Josh Bruckner.
Oh, wow. So they are just giving him more difficult.
Yeah, the challenge. This is a challenge for him.
But they're not doing this to any other person. So I personally feel offended.
Yeah, but they just want to see like how good is this guy, or is this really luck? You know? Was this luck, or is this guy really good at boxing?
It was looking like our guy didn't have a chance because not only does this guy have a total of 8 professional fights, but he was also bigger at 6'1" and stronger judging by his muscles. Like, come on, just take a look at the difference. But come fight night,
This is where Josh should be excelling. He's the longer fighter, should be touching Papi from the distance.
What the?
I need to see this in
In
slow
slow motion, please. Wait lang, I cannot see well. Ah, well, it was with the other
With
one.
the left
So
hand.
since the guy was attacking here, he was like focusing on his punch, and he didn't realize that a punch was coming to his face.
Already, yeah. Because he attacked with the left. You don't
Yeah.
expect the person to attack with the left, but with the right.
Struggling here.
De
He's
una.
it's over. It's all over. Whoa! Papi train rolls down the road.
That was a Manny Pacquiao left hand. Stepped inside the guard. You don't see that a lot. It's taking advantage of the inside.
So
They are
So
comparing
he's imitating Manny Pacquiao.
They are comparing him with Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao does that move with the left hand.
Ah, oh wow. That's amazing. Well, Pacquiao is really his hero Yeah.
Inside the guard, you don't see that a lot. And taking advantage of the inside lane and popping him.
This was the fight when Salt Papi gained the respect of everybody, even the pros.
Who are the top 3 creator boxers right now?
Salt Papi.
One?
Yes.
Salt Papi won?
Yes. Technically wise, and like he seems like he understands boxing at a higher level, so I would say Salt Papi. Technically.
Also well deserved. He is so entertaining, so good, so sexy.
He just seems like he gets everything, and he's understanding it, and I think he's gonna get better.
This win catapulted him into the top 5 pound-for-pound influencer boxing rankings, along with big names
he
such
got
as
second
KSI
place.
and Jake Paul. Heck, some of them are even scared of him now.
Now, I'm just training against Orthodox fighters now. So, no more southpaws. You know, people want me to fight Salt Papi. It's not happening. Okay. I can't get distracted now.
No. Man, it low-key feels good when people fear us. Another Filipino who should be feared is Dave Bautista.
No, not true.
Oh, isn't this the WWE fighter?
Yeah, he is.
I didn't know he was Filipino.
Yeah, he is. I didn't know you didn't know.
I didn't know this. Wow. And I always thought that he was Mexican because of the last name.
Typical person.
Oops.
He was born and raised in Washington, D.C. by his American mom and Filipino dad who worked as a taxi driver and a barber. They lived a life of poverty. Their home was located in a place where crime was a daily routine. He once said in an interview that he had witnessed a total of 3 murders right in front of their house as a kid. It didn't take too long for him to adopt a similar lifestyle because as early as 13, he was already stealing cars. By age 17, he started living independently, working as a nightclub bouncer. But that job didn't last long as he was arrested after a fight against 2 customers. One of them was rendered unconscious. He then got sentenced to 1-year probation. He then worked as a lifeguard after that, and at this time, he already had 2 kids and was struggling to make ends meet. There was one time when he broke down in shame when he had to borrow money from his co-worker just to give his kids some Christmas gifts. His struggles continued until he found bodybuilding and started going all in into wrestling, which led him to develop a monstrous physique, and this didn't happen until he was in his early 30s. This was him before. This was him after hitting the gym. Dude is almost unrecognizable.
Yes.
But despite his hard work,
he was put in the before picture before, and I thought that he was the father of Batista. That he was not.
Not Batista at all.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Doubted him. He tried out in WCW but immediately got rejected and was told by one of their pro wrestlers that he would never make it in the pro scene. When one door closes, another opens because this led him to get accepted to debut in a much bigger organization, the WWE. From this point on, his career would snowball as he carried the iconic stage name Batista. He racked up multiple tag team and world title belts and was able to share the ring with legendary wrestlers like Triple H, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, and The Undertaker, to name a few. This line of profession is very dangerous. So injuries weren't a stranger to him. So he decided to put it on hold and started venturing into acting. As expected, a lot of people doubted him again. But not for long because he was able to secure a role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Where is Gamora? Yeah, I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora? I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
After the Guardians of the Galaxy, Bautista appeared in multiple highly rated movies such as Blade Runner 2049, Dune, Endgame, Knock at the Cabin, and more. What I like about this dude is he never forgot about his heritage. He's a loud and proud Filipino. He is so proud that he got the total of 3 tattoos representing his Filipino roots.
I was always really just taught to be proud of my heritage. My mom's Greek, my dad's Filipino. Always very proud of my roots, and I display it on my body. A Filipino flag and Greek flag, and also another Filipino flag and another Filipino sun.
Now that's something to be proud of. Another big dude who is a very proud Filipino is Brandon Vera. He was born and raised in Norfolk, Virginia, but he also spent
But never heard of Sol Papi either. And look
Yeah.
how the story was very
Interesting,
inspiring.
In Tagkawayan, Quezon, under the care of his Filipino dad and stepmom, which explains his fluent Tagalog.
Nakakatuwa si Brandon, no? Diba? Pinoy na Pinoy, ang galing managalog. Mas magaling ka pang managalog sa mga Pilipinong nakatira sa Pilipinas.
Nahihirapan pa minsan. Minsan, mga ibang words. Yung
May ibang
malalim.
words. Oo, pero diretso, hindi bulol. Diba?
Thank you.
Taga saan ang pamilya mo rito sa Pilipinas?
Tagkawayan, Quezon. And si ma'am galing Batangas.
He even knows a lot about Philippine history.
Marami ka bang alam sa Pilipinas?
A lot. My favorite one is the barong.
Yung barong Tagalog, pambansang kasuotan ng mga lalaki.
Oo nga.
Anong alam mo sa barong?
Saan galing yun? Bakit?
Saan galing ang barong?
Yeah.
Saan ba galing ang barong?
So, the history of the barong is I was told when the Spanish colonized the Philippines, they tried to make us wear clothes. Kasi, di ba, we were savages, not wearing clothes. So, pinusutan ng damit. And then, laging tago yung mga weapons ng mga Pilipino.
Nagtatago sila ng mga sandata. Okay.
Lahat. I guess the way that they fixed the problem was they came up with a shirt that was see-through. The barong, Tagalog.
Para makita nila kung may tinatago o may daladalang sandata yung mga Pilipino. Ang pinasuot nila.
I didn't know that. This is very... It makes sense. Yeah.
They're smart.
They're smart because
we have something
wore
similar that is chakabanas,
but
they're
Dominicans
not
never
see-through.
hid their weapon. They had the machete.
Yeah,
They had everything
proudly.
out. You
Yeah.
know. So Filipino were hiding the weapon. They say, you're not hiding anything else. Transparent. See-through. Now, let's see where you're gonna hide it.
Yung kita yung loob.
The tattoo on his back is also noticeable. The letters are an ancient Filipino writing system called baybayin, which reads mundo, hangin, apoy, and tubig. Ala Pinoy ang-
elements.
Anyway, he excelled in wrestling in his high school days, which earned him a 4-year athletic scholarship at Old Dominion University. But he would later drop out as he wanted to focus only on wrestling. He enlisted in the US Air Force and joined the wrestling team, but his career would be cut short because he would suffer multiple torn ligaments in his right elbow. This got him medically discharged by the army. Nothing seems to be working in Brandon's favor, but he never gave up. He rehabbed his elbow on his own until he was strong enough to enter the Grappler's Quest submission wrestling competitions. He didn't have a coach or a trainer, so this caught the attention of Lloyd Irvin, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and coach, who invited him to train with his MMA school. He later then turned pro and went on to have an 8-fight winning streak while finishing most of his opponents with his signature kicks and devastating knees.
High clinch, watch the knees.
MMA is so brutal.
Though he didn't quite reach the goal to become a champion in the UFC, he did become one in ONE FC in a brutal fashion by finishing all of his opponents.
It has the Filipino flag in the back.
Wow. ¿Cómo diablos?
I don't understand. I feel like the guy hit himself.
The guy... okay, he did it with this hand.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
And let him do what he does
But he was already 40 at the time and his age would start catching up as he would lose against Myanmar's Online Sang. In the present day, Brandon Vera had already retired and moved to the Philippines permanently. He also built his own gym called the Alliance Training Center PH to help train more young Filipino MMA talents. And speaking of talent, especially in combat sports, who would ever forget to mention Manny Pacquiao?
You avoided
Yes.
It's a throwback. It's like the old days when people fought the very best.
Historically great fighter.
He also has a case for greatest fighter, pound for pound, who ever lived.
That's too much power, too much heart.
The fighting pride of the Philippines, Manny.
Pacquiao!
just a quick punch.
Every time he fights, the country's crime rate drops to 0%. He's a master not only inside, but also outside the ring.
Manny, you have something very kind to say about us,
Yeah,
to
I
the people
have,
of the Philippines.
Okay, hello Philippines. Itong mga kasama ko, hindi sila nakakaintindi ng Tagalog at akala nila pinupuri ko sila, pero sila ay hindi nakakaintindi kaya pwede natin silang ibinta. Kaya mga kababayan, ito wala to, hindi nakakaintindi. So,
That's money, Pete. That's
Thank you.
extremely
Very
moving.
Yes,
We're
yes.
moved.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Okay, thank
Manny,
you.
We like
Thank
that.
you.
Everyone loved Manny, even the biggest celebrities.
Why?
But before gaining all that fame, he had to go through a lot of pain because he was born and raised in General Santos at the time of poverty and war. At age 5, he'd already seen dead and decapitated bodies. Military and rebel shootouts would happen just a few meters away from their home, so his family had no choice but to leave and settle in a nearby province called Sarangani. Manny's dad was barely there for them, so his uncle played the role of a father figure. He started training Manny how to box and also taught him how to fish at a very young age to survive. He joined several amateur boxing competitions and dominated all of them, but he wasn't earning enough because most of what he got was just a bunch of trophies and medals. Life was too hard that it came to a point that Manny's dad butchered their own dog just to have food on the table. This was Manny's wake-up call, so at age 16, he traveled alone to the city of Manila to become a pro boxer without letting his mom know because he knew she wouldn't allow him back then. He made the gym his home and slept in the ring every night. In Manny's first professional fight, he had to lie about his age just to get in. He was a malnourished kid, so he put heavy objects in his pocket just to make it into the flyweight division, which explains why he looked significantly smaller than his opponents in his early fights. But despite the handicap, he still went on to dominate and clean up the whole flyweight division, gaining him a world title belt in the process.
And the mom didn't see this in the TV.
Who knows if she watches this?
Or
Do you watch
if they even had a TV or something.
In spite of this achievement, Manny was still relatively unknown to the world. Nobody knew him to the point that the announcers couldn't even read his name properly.
Tail of the tape,
Wow.
Velasanola Ledwaba
Pink
against
hair,
Manny
white
Pacquiao. I'll get it.
Manny Pacquiao.
But Manny's anonymity would only last until this very night.
Oh my God.
Boom! He took this fight on only 2 weeks' notice, and he is banging Ledwaba right now. Big right hand upstairs, and now he's got Ledwaba bleeding badly.
The eyes of Ledwaba.
That's a TKO victory for the very impressive Manny Pacquiao.
I frankly had never heard of him, but I've seen and heard of him now.
And you want to see him again?
I want to see him again.
He would then beat everyone in bantamweight, so he had to move up to featherweight where he would earn the nickname Pac-Man, as he would devour most of the Mexican monsters in the division.
And down he goes. Solid left hand shot by
It came to a point that nobody in the featherweight division, even the lightweight division, was willing to fight him. Not even the prime Mayweather.
Did Floyd duck Manny Pacquiao?
Yes.
I have to.
So Manny was forced to move up to 2 weight classes. Manny had to face his idol himself, Oscar de la Hoya. Their size difference was so noticeable that Manny's countrymen got worried about him. There was even a bill that was passed just to stop the fight from happening.
The objective is to protect the pride of our nation. Protect him.
You know, that fight was epic. I remember like when I was a kid that was like heavily announced in Latin America.
I don't.
And why I feel like I have flashbacks
I
of
think
this.
sí, Primer Impacto esto.
It was everywhere. Everywhere. But I
Then
never watched the fights because
I never, yeah.
it's boxing. We are not into boxing. But
we were more
everybody
interested
knows.
in wrestling, the WWF.
It's true.
That may be detrimental to his health. Something should be a circus. You can miss see a big man fighting a small man.
But the fight still happened, and Manny shocked everyone when he completely dominated the much bigger fighter and even made him give up in round number 8.
Look at the face.
Manny then went down a weight class to visit the lightweight division to put Ricky Hatton to sleep.
Wow. Wow. Oh my god, look how everything shakes. Shoot.
Then moved back up to welterweight and proceeded to go on a rampage against bigger opponents. One notable victim was Antonio Margarito, who was arguably the biggest fighter Manny ever faced. What made this matchup interesting was the drama leading up to the fight because Margarito was so arrogant and insulted Manny in multiple ways.
Así va a quedar, mira. Así va a quedar llorando. Julian, who's gonna win? Pacquiao or Margarito?
Margarito.
Yeah. All right.
No,
this guy. Es puto Pacquiao.
Really?
It's okay because puto is not an insult for you guys.
It's not okay.
But just like Salt Papi, Manny did all the talking with his fists.
Wow, the combo, my friend.
Bueno, Margarito, mi amor.
Margarito, avívate. ¡Woo!
Diablazo. Se lo metió allá dentro.
Y traes, Margarito traes. Oh my God.
He looks unrecognizable
Look how
now.
his face was changing
Swollen.
after all those.
Oh my God. En Pacquiao igualito, like
Pacquiao
nothing.
always shoot to the face. Always.
A vicious beatdown to remember. His 5th consecutive conquest of a significantly
And Pacquiao is the same.
Manny Pacquiao's
Nobody
career is
happened to
definitely
him.
full of interesting fights, but it would take hours if I had to share all of them. For now, let me just give you a perspective on the magnitude of his achievements. Manny is the only 8-weight division world champion, and he has held a total of 13 world titles across all of them.
Wow.
This is a feat no boxer has ever done before. He made it into the boxing world fighting bigger guys, and retired fighting even bigger guys. He was the people's David against the world's Goliaths, and because of his legacy, he became an inspiration to many aspiring young athletes. And one of them was surprisingly a young woman, Heidelin Diaz. She was only 9 when she got introduced to weightlifting by her cousins, as they used to haul wood, which is a common thing in the provinces to gain extra money. She liked it instantly as she discovered that she was actually stronger than her cousins, who turned out to be boys.
Oh,
They
wow.
also lived a life of poverty as her parents struggled to make ends meet. Heidelin was the
Is
5th
this
child.
really her or is
No, I
this
think
an
this is a
actress?
documentary or a movie about her. Something like that. Let us know in the comments.
Ah, so that's a paid actress.
Yeah, because these images are too
It
HD.
looks too recent too.
At
right?
among 6, so his dad's income as a tricycle driver and a part-time farmer was barely enough to support them. She had to borrow shoes and uniforms for training and gladly took hand-me-downs. Going to the gym was even a struggle for her because she didn't have money for fare, so she had to sit on her friend's lap to avoid paying. Despite all the difficulties, Heidelin kept going and her hard work paid off as she got selected as the wildcard entry in the 2008 Summer Olympics in China, making her the first ever female weightlifter to compete for the Philippines in the Olympics.
Wow.
She was only 17. Making it to the Olympics was a good achievement, but winning it all was the ultimate challenge. In Heidelin's case, the gold eluded her for more than a decade, and it eluded the whole country for almost a century. 97 years to be exact. Her journey was full of setbacks and crushing defeats, but there was one thing she didn't do. She never gave
never
up.
gave up. It was like in 2020 or 2021 that she had her gold medal.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna gain her any position.
Now she
She's
assess,
very cute. She's
she
very
assess
cute.
defeats better now.
Silver in Rio, Heidelin didn't get contented, so she kept training for the 2020 Olympics. She trained in Malaysia to prepare, but the pandemic happened. Her team got stranded in Malaysia for almost 2 years without training gym access or equipment. But instead of doing nothing, she kept training by using improvised tools such as heavy bags and water bottles. There was a point when they ran out of money and had to ask for financial help on social media, which led to her getting bashed by some fans. But Heidelin didn't let it get in her head and instead kept training. In the final moments of the competition, China set a world record of 126 kilos in the clean and jerk category.
126
Yeah,
kilos.
back
Are you
into
serious?
gold medal position.
Wow. A new Olympic record with that lift at 126.
That was China.
Pressure now goes back to Heidelin Diaz, who has one lift remaining to become Olympic champion.
Heidelin's last successful attempt was 124, and in order to win, she had to break the world record again by adding 3 more kilos to make it 127, which was something she'd never lifted in the past. That is almost 300 pounds. It's like lifting a Batista.
Oh my gosh.
She has the clean. Now she needs the jerk.
Can she recover?
She got
there it is. Your Olympic champion in the women's 55
Oh my God.
kilo category. Denies.
Oh my God! Wait. Oh, this
This is too emotional. This is
China
too
the
emotional.
gold.
Wow.
Gold to the Philippines. Heidelin Diaz.
She did just that. Heidelin Diaz took home the country's first ever Olympic gold medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the anthem of
Of the
Philippines.
Philippines. Wow.
Oh. Tan 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 tan.
Man, kind of felt a little emotional there.
I don't know if you
Because, you know,
clap or not.
we are not known for our
the
physical gifts.
national anthem.
We are not the tallest people in the world. We are not the strongest either. Sometimes we lose, badly, but we never see it as a disadvantage. We see it as a challenge to claim victory by improving our skills and talents even further. We are Filipinos. We are a proud race. Sometimes it makes me wonder, why are we always so proud? Well, the answer is simple. Because we believe that our country's heart and soul are its people.
Yes, I agree.
Hey, hey, hey.
That was very lit. I like this.
Very lit, la verdad. I
learned
really
a lot, especially about the history of the varón. Wow, I was so no, joke lang. Like, I learned a lot about Filipino athletes, Filipinos personality.
Yeah,
I didn't
Heidelin
even
Diaz's
know.
story really moved me. Really moved me. That's a huge achievement. It's not only a gold medal, it's also a world record.
Yes.
So that's amazing.
Yes. I didn't even know Batista was Filipino. I'm so surprised. I always thought he was Mexican. All my life has been a lie.
Maybe you should watch that video that is about like people who you don't believe, you don't realize are Filipinos or something like
You
that.
know, people have recommended this video, so we should react to
We
that.
should react to
later.
that for
Yes.
next week, absolutely,
I
guys.
agree.
And now, guys, let's thank our patrons and supporters. Thank you so much to all our Soul Lunatics who support us on Patreon. We have Belki, Emilio, Val Mike, JT Teodoro, Val Jun, Pogi Pinoy, Fred Gabriel, David Sanz, and Andrew Chica. Also, huge shout out to our certified and verified Soul Lunatics, especially Cherry Flor, Janice, Kenny, Hugh, Brian Cabusora, Glenn Jen, Eggy, AJ Primicias, Tish21, Yokagi-san, Estel Berrijen, V. Halia, Gabe, WV, Roalf, Tita Weng, Sherborne, Don Rotopuso, Emilio Taveras, Pinoy OFW Adventure, John Bear MZPH, Sixman, and JNXD.
And now watch
This video that appears right here, recommended by YouTube's algorithm, especially for you. So click on it right now.